Everything you need to know to start a YouTube channel in 2021, a complete beginner's guide, part 2 of 2. Now if you haven't watched part 1 of the series, you need to go back and watch part 1. It's super important that you do that. But if you have watched part 1, let's get going, because we're going to show you in this video how to complete that channel and how to really get things off the ground and really get things rolling without making a lot of mistakes, without wasting a lot of your time. So let's get at it right now. Now the number one thing I think a lot of people don't do, which you should do, is focus on search. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you need to make videos that people are searching for. Yeah, you may have some great ideas, but if you want people to watch your videos, you got to make subjects that they're interested in. You got to have content that they want to watch. If you have that, you know, hands down, you're going to get more views than somebody who just makes random videos. You got to do your research, and the best way to do that is through TubeBuddy. I'll have a link in the description below. You can click on that, get a free membership to TubeBuddy. Plus, if you decide to go the pro version, it'll give you 30% off. Now keep in mind, even if you're doing videos that are for entertainment purposes, you know, maybe it's pranks, maybe it's, you know, commenting on sports, whatever it is, do your research. Okay, go out there and try to find other videos that are similar to yours, that have a lot of views, and look at what they did. See, it's so easy on YouTube because you can actually see people who've already been successful and just copy their success. Don't copy exactly what they do. That's not what I said. I said copy their success. Look at the style, look at the way, look at the length, look at how they edit their videos, and use that to your advantage. Now once you've kind of figured it out, and I don't mean figured it out in as much as you're making millions of dollars, but let's say you're starting to get some views, then you could branch off and do different kinds of videos that you want to do and experiment a little bit. But you want to get that initial traction, because if you start your channel and you make a bunch of random videos and nobody's searching for them and you get no views, then YouTube's going to say, well, this channel isn't very good, we're not going to promote it, and that's going to prevent you from getting even more views. Sure, there's people who crush it with their very first video, but 99.9% of you will not. Okay, you just won't. So don't expect that to happen. Don't get discouraged if you only get 1 or 2 views or 3 views. Just keep making videos. And I would say the next thing is pick a fight with somebody who's your own size. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're going to be making videos, you don't want to make videos that are compete with people who are huge, who get millions of views. Okay, that's not what you want to do. You can take some techniques from them, but you want to pick, you know, middle of the road type YouTubers and make something similar to what they're doing and go after that market. Now what I mean by this, if you search for a subject within YouTube and you can't find any videos on the first page that have less than 20,000 subscribers, you're kind of fighting with the big dogs in the beginning. So you want to make sure that first page results when you're searching, you can find some videos that are below 20,000 subscribers. Number 3, quality over quantity. And I tell you this because I see so many people just make videos. They're like, well, I'm just going to make 5 videos a day. There's no way you can have a channel with great 5 videos a day. I actually know one guy who does post about 4 or 5 videos a day, and they're pretty good, but man, he must work 24 hours a day to do that. And they're all kind of different, and his channel is growing, but probably not as fast as it could. But you got to applaud his effort. I would suggest you doing at least 2 to 3 videos a week. If you could do 4 or 5, all the better. Just keep in mind, more videos you do, the more views you're going to get, as long as the content is good and as long as the video is good. If it's crappy video, if it's poor lighting, you know, if it's awful audio, it doesn't matter. If you make 20 videos a day, you're not going to get views. Next thing, number 4, is actually be helpful. Yeah, be helpful. Have a video that's going to help somebody out. When they finish watching your video, they should come away from it and say, gosh, now I know how to do this. Now I can do this easier. Now I can make this. Now, you know, some type of educational thing in your video that's actually going to help the person out, unless you're just making entertainment ones, and that's a whole different genre. A lot of videos that you make, you want to make sure that those titles are working, you know. So let's say you were doing an educational one and you want to do one on the best titles for YouTube videos. You know, you should actually test it out. I've done some testing, and they say that after 70 characters, I believe it is, it gets truncated and nobody's going to see it and it's going to hurt your videos. I tested it and it's not true. As a matter of fact, I can put a longer title on there and I still get clicks. Many times people will hover over and see the whole title, and they like to click on those videos. So don't always go with those hard and fast rules. Sometimes you can break some of those rules and still do pretty well. Number 5, you know, your first goal should not be to make money. Now I know ultimately we all want to make money, but if you just go after the money grab in the beginning, people are going to notice that. They're going to see through whatever you're doing. If you're just trying to get them to buy something or go somewhere or do something, it's not going to work out for you. And additionally, you don't want to send them away from YouTube constantly, because YouTube's going to see that and they're not going to want that. And if you're sending people away from YouTube to go buy your product or service constantly, you're not going to get many views. YouTube is not going to show your videos to anybody. They're not going to be suggested videos, which are the best videos to have out there, is suggested videos. And YouTube does that based on interaction, based on click-through rate, based on a whole bunch of different algorithms. So what you should do in the beginning is make video content that is really genuinely helpful to people. When they finish that video, they come out of it and go, this is what I learned, this is what I know. You know, make sure it's a video that's actually helping them out. And if you genuinely do that, you'll end up with more subscribers and more views. If you want to make money with YouTube, wait until you have subscribers. Okay, I would say maybe hundreds or even thousands of subscribers, then you can try to make more money. But you got to get some subscribers first. That's super important. Now what you can do is, in your description, you can offer some free downloads. If they click through and get those free downloads, that's cool. But I'd say even in the beginning, I wouldn't even offer that, because if YouTube sees you're taking people off the platform and you don't have any subscribers, they're going to really mark your channel down, and they're not going to show your videos to people. And the truth be told, you know, people are not going to click much. If you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you know, people are not going to click and convert anyhow. So there's really no point in you even saying anything about that. Number 6, and I kind of alluded to it, keep the viewers on YouTube. Okay, keep them on YouTube. Don't constantly put a bunch of links below that's going to take them off YouTube. Don't constantly tell them in the video to go to this URL or go to this website. If you do that, it's going to hurt you in the long run. You may think, gee, I'm going to automatically make money by doing this, but you're not, because it's going to hurt your viewership. That's a whole lot better to do on down the road once you have 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers. Now occasionally I'll tell people I have a free course down there, they can click and learn on it, but for the most part, I'm here giving you content. I'm not selling you anything. Number 7, the worst video to make. This is my first video. Okay, almost everybody does that. They go, I'm gonna make a video that tells everybody who I am and why I'm making this channel. They don't care. Number 1, they don't care. Number 2, they're not searching for that. They never go in, let me type in my first video. People just don't type that in, so the odds of that video being seen just not going to happen anyhow. Now you can have an explainer video on your channel if you want, that's okay, but your first video should have some real content that people can grasp onto and get real value. And here's the other problem with that. YouTube looks at videos and says, you know, what is this video about? You know, what are they trying to do? What are the keywords? And if you're doing a video about, this is my first video, it's not going to rank anywhere. So it's really just a waste of your time. And keep in mind, YouTube, they're on your side. Yeah, they are, because we both have the same goal here. I want to get a lot of views and they want to get a lot of views. So if I make good content that's useful to people, I'll get more views. And if they see that you're getting more views, they're going to push your videos out to more people. So they're not working against you. You know, if your channel's not working out, your videos aren't working out, you need to look at what you're doing. So many times I'll hear people say, well, you know, YouTube doesn't like me, they don't like my channel. It has nothing to do with you or your channel. It has to do with what you are doing. And if you say, well, YouTube doesn't work anymore, well, why are so many people starting YouTube channels and doing so well? It's got to be you. Okay, so every now and then we got to stop and go, hey, maybe it's me that's screwing up, maybe I'm not doing stuff right. Matter of fact, there is no maybe to it. That's exactly what's happening if you don't do well on YouTube. Number 8, go to YouTube and watch videos. Yeah, you know, if you're in a particular niche, let's say you're a barbecue guy and you're making barbecue videos, go look at all the top barbecue channels on there and see what they're doing, see what they're offering, see what recipes they're making. Do your research. You've got to understand how YouTube works and how other people are using YouTube. If you understand how they're using it and getting results, you'll be able to get the same results. And keep in mind, watch time is the most important metric on YouTube. The number 1 thing that YouTube wants is for people to watch more on YouTube. Okay, because the way YouTube makes money is they run ads, and if they run ads, they need eyes on those ads. And if you can keep somebody on YouTube watching more and more videos, whether I'm telling them about, like this video has a part 1, you got to go back and watch it, or if I'm telling them about another video, if I put videos up on the screen at the end of this, you want to keep them on the platform. If you do that, YouTube's going to see that and they're going to send more people to your channel. Next, number 9 is make evergreen content. Evergreen content is something that will last on for years and years and years. You know, maybe it's making a great spaghetti bolognese, maybe it's gardening and growing tomatoes. Those types of things will last for years and years and years. You know, if you make one on political things, which I don't recommend, but if you make one on, let's say, a sports team that won the series this year, or the playoffs, you know, that's only good for that year, and then it's dead. Nobody's going to want to watch it anymore. Number 10, it's really about the viewers. Okay, don't try to make videos for the algorithm. Try to make viewers for your audience. Find out what your audience wants. If you already have a list, you can poll them, you can ask them questions. You know, they have a lot of questions and they'd like to get them answered, and that's the number one reason people go to YouTube. It's 60% education, it's 40% entertainment. Now if you can make some really good educational videos and they're also entertaining, all the better. But you got to understand the reason they're there is to learn something, to solve a problem, to get rid of some pain point. And if you can do that through your videos, you'll do well. Never try to hack the algorithm. Don't buy subscribers, don't buy likes, don't buy contents, don't buy anything. Okay, even if you want to do that, and even if that really did help, understand that they're all fake anyhow. And if you have subscribers who aren't watching your videos, YouTube's going to look at that. They're going to go, yeah, they get 10,000 subscribers, but only 200 of them ever watch any of their videos. They must be fake. YouTube can figure that out. They are smarter than you. You can't trick them. Number 11, use your video description. I mean, I was guilty of this in the beginning. I had no description down there. Use that description. Believe it or not, a lot of people actually read that description. And I'll tell you somebody who always reads that description, YouTube. Okay, so they look at your title, they look at your meta tags, and they look at your description. If you don't have one, you're missing out. Okay, put a description in there of what your video is. Now, a few questions I get asked every now and then: is YouTube free? Yes, you can start a channel 100% free on YouTube. Doesn't cost you anything at all. Why wouldn't everybody in the world just take advantage of that? Think about that. Everybody should have a YouTube channel. Thank God they won't. Thank God most people won't work hard. Thank God most people won't compete with me, and I appreciate that. Thank God most people will never even get to 1,000 subscribers, because that leaves more audience for me. Now, YouTube is free, but there's some cost to making videos. The number one cost, I think, is the biggest cost, and it's time. Like right now, this costs me a lot of time. This is time I could spend doing something else, but I'm making a video here. Why? Because I'm in it for the long haul. Okay, I know on down the road it will pay off. Today, will I make money on this video? No, I won't. I know I won't. But if I keep making enough videos, I will make money, and that's what you have to remember. Now, of course, you're going to have to spend some money for some type of camera or something like that, and then on down the road, maybe you're going to buy lighting and editing software and all that, but it really costs very little to start a YouTube channel. Now, this does take time. People say, well, how long does it take to get 1,000 subscribers? There is no length of time. There is no length of time. Some people can do one video and get, you know, thousands of subscribers. The odds of that happening are almost zero. You know, if you make a video and you even get, you know, 20 or 50 views, you're doing pretty good. And goodness gracious, if you get over 100 views on a video, you have crushed it as a new creator. So don't expect big numbers in the beginning. They will build as you do more videos. It took me a long time. You know, I worked my channel for a while and didn't really do much with it for the first 4.5 years. You know, I just did some videos randomly here and there, and then in the past year I really put effort into it. I got monetized, I got, you know, everything's rolling, got money coming in, but it was because I put in that effort, and you're going to have to do the same thing, but it does take time. Now, there's certainly other ways to make money on YouTube. You can have affiliate links in your description. You can do brand deals. You can do product reviews. You can have affiliate links to Amazon, and there's a lot of different ways you can make money on YouTube. But I would say initially you need to not worry about all that stuff, and you just need to start making videos. So if you're new to YouTube, congratulations. Okay, that's a really cool thing that you're doing, and you're heading in the right direction. I will tell you, don't quit. That's the biggest thing that I see happen to people, is they're super excited in the beginning. They hear all these stories about people making millions of dollars on YouTube, and they want to do the same thing. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to have people, you know, commenting and liking and all that. The truth be told, when you first start doing videos, nobody's going to comment on them, nobody's going to like them, and you're probably not going to get any subscribers. Okay, it may take you 150 to 200 videos to even get monetized, and sometimes you won't at that. I mean, on this channel here, I've got over 750 or 60 videos the last time I checked it. I don't even check that part anymore. So that's a lot of videos. Sometimes it can take 1,000 videos to really start seeing any money coming in, and that's not going to be big money. It's not. The average YouTuber who gets 100,000 subscribers, I think I read, was 3,891 videos. 3,891 videos. I mean, if you made a video every single day for the entire year, that's only 365 videos. But don't let that discourage you, because as the years go on, this is going to build up. You need to get started. Seriously, you need to get started, and you cannot quit. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that gave you some insight. I hope I didn't talk you out of starting a YouTube channel. It's a great thing to do, and you can make a lot of money. You just got to put in effort, and you got to put in time. Think of it this way: if you go get a college degree, you spend 4 years in college, right? And when you get out, you have no guarantee of ever making any money, right? It's just a college degree. Why not spend a couple years on YouTube, and you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to have some money coming in if you just stick with it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do have a course below if you want to grab it. $97 course, absolutely free. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Click that button down there and ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified every single time I do a new video. This was part 2. Please go back to part 1 if you haven't watched it, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.